It's Monday night, it's 9:30, and dip dap and baby, oh now, that's what I call a live stream. Welcome one, welcome all to our little labour of love here. Joined every week again by, well, this week it's Peter Andre's haircut. Also, Colin the clipboard here. I do have Whitty the clicker, even though he is a bit semi-retired now. And also, we're spoiling you once again with another special guest. We have Matt Hayes from Matt Hayes Vinyl.
We do. Thank you.
You might have seen him in the side chat, wherever the side chat is for me. It's that way again as well. You will have seen him in the side chat regularly. But Matt, introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Sell yourself, like Babe Station.
I'll sell myself. Yeah, no, thank you. I do have a YouTube channel, like you mentioned, so thank you for that. And yeah, now 10 was my first Now album, so very excited. Very excited.
I have left a link to Matt's channel in the description below, so obviously after the stream or during the stream, if you find it boring, just click on there and go over and have a look at Matt's channel and subscribe to him. But yes, for anyone who hasn't been here before, what we do here is go through the Now albums, well, half an album at a time through these live streams, and just deconstruct them, pick them apart, see which is good, see which is bad, and see which is indifferent. But join in, let us know any memories. That's the word I'm looking for. Couldn't remember it. Any memories. Let us know any memories in the side chat you may have. Stu, can you see the comments down the side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you say hello to everyone whilst I get the slideshow up?
Yeah. Hello. Right, hang on. Let me go through because several people are arguing with me in the side chat. Who we got? We've got Laura, Sharon's in, Welsh Wanderier is in, Kath E is in, and Dave the Gent is here. Who else? Bad Wolf, Blissful's here. Who else we got? My mum will be listening. She doesn't know how to sign in though. Maybe even James Harvey. He doesn't know how to sign in either. So that's about everything. Oh, Ian J Vintage as well. Popped up. So there's a fair few people in. Have you got your thing up?
I've got it, Stu. I've got it up. See, bit more prepared this week, eh? Getting there. I'm getting a bit more professional.
Well, at least you're changing the album cover on the thing. That's a start.
Look. Hey. Just put up 5 minutes.
I had this on standby just in case you didn't have it already. But
oh, Matt has got the actual thing here then. Oh, okay, Matt. No one likes to show off. Okay.
Matt, do you remember how much you bought the Now album for when you got it? Is that your one originally, or is that one that you picked up since?
No, I didn't buy it. I was 8 years old. It's Christmas '87, and my grandparents got it for me. That was my first ever album. Yeah.
Oh, and when did you pick up your new copy?
Oh, several years ago, before the prices got jacked up. Now, yeah, luckily I picked up quite a lot of them like 5 years ago, and now they're like tripled in price.
Nice.
Yeah. I got it from England, and what I would do is I'd have them shipped to my parents' house, so I didn't have to pay the shipping. And then when I would make a trip home, I would just bring them back with me. And we had to pay excess baggage one time because I brought so many Now albums back home.
You could have passed yourself off as an international DJ, couldn't you?
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a good one. England, a little biased.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's a couple more people just come in. Nick's just come in. Oi, Savaloy, I am late, but we are still sounding great, Nick. So don't you worry. And we haven't started going through the songs yet. And Alex has just come in. Now 10, only one I still own. It's almost unplayable on a crackly vinyl, but that doesn't stop me playing it though.
Well, it sounds like people are going to like this one then.
Yeah, well, I think this has been the best album we've gone through so far.
Oh, it's a bold claim.
It's a bold claim.
It's really good though. Like this is the first time that because you know I always The trouble is, I keep putting them on Spotify, and then I listen to them in the car or something, or when I'm cooking or something like that. And then and I forget that some of the versions are different to the ones that are actually on the list. But this week, I think I've listened to the playlist about maybe like 8, 9, 10 times. It's been really good. Every time I've gone in the car, I put the playlist on.
Can't be bad.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the first song then. Barcelona by Freddie Mercury and Montserrat. Is it Cabral?
I never knew how to pronounce her name. I don't know.
Yeah.
Spanish.
It's not going to be Cabral. There's no R in it.
All right, Cabal. So, Matt, seeing as you're the...
Yeah, go on, sorry.
I was going to... Stu, let the guest go first, please. Matt, seeing as you're the guest, I will let you take us away.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is a really weird opening song. I think it got to like number 2, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird for me. You've got 3 number 1s on here, and you open it with Barcelona by Freddie Mercury and who, I don't know. It's a decent song. I just thought it was a kind of a strange opening choice.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, but where if you're going to add it onto the album, where else would you put it at the beginning? Yeah, and like it gives out a bit of intent, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe side 2, because side 2's got most of the rock songs. But yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm also contractually obliged by my mum to big it up. She even she had to go at me the other night for not getting the last week's Freddie Mercury voted as the number 1 thing. Like she actually told me off, and then this week she's told me off already this week, and then sent me a text message just before the started, threatening me. Basically, I better get it started. I've been telling her she needs to start sponsoring the live stream so that then she gets a bit of influence. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want your song to be voted as the best song on the album, you got to pay. Right, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the side.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just looking at the side chat that says this track was released for the '92 Olympics, but also appears on Now 23. So what happens when we get to these repeat tracks on later Now albums? I might just record what we've said here and then just play the video.
No, you can't do that, because there might be a different context to it then as well. Really weird. I didn't realize that this was a song before the Olympics.
Yeah, well, that's what this song reminds us of, is the Barcelona Olympics, which was 5 years away from this. But I think it was recorded to help with the bid for the Olympics. Yeah. Because when you think about the Olympics, I think it was 2007 when we got the 2012 Olympics. So this would have been around the time when when the bidding process was in full flow. But it also
an expo or something. I admittedly didn't look this up beforehand, so I could be completely wrong. But wasn't it something to do with Expo? Maybe that was.
Yeah, well, Freddie Mercury sang this. It was his last live performance at the Linit Festival in Barcelona in 1988. When he performed this with Montserrat. Someone told us how to say it in the side chat, actually. It is Caballé. So Montserrat Caballé and him performed this in that festival in '88. But Freddie Mercury had always been a big fan of opera, and especially of Montserrat. He first met her in February of 1987, and later that year, he helped Caballé write not just this, but a full album.
All right.
And this song was to be used in the bidding process for the Barcelona Olympics.
It's a bit kind of misguided, isn't it? When you see the movie and things, and you think as soon as he wasn't anywhere near Queen, his life just completely fell apart. But he did loads of stuff with different people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think he was really appreciated and he was put on a high pedestal because I think he's got one of them voices with the range, which was massive. Yeah. But this just shows you his songwriting talents as well. Alex is saying she's from Barcelona, has nothing to do with the Olympics. I thought it was to do with the bidding process, but maybe she just wrote it because she loves Barcelona. Yeah. So
I like the way that now you're saying I thought it was, but you a minute ago you said you just made it up that you thought it was. I love this. So, have you been to Barcelona now? Or
yeah.
Have you ever been down to the fountains at the bottom of the Ramblers when they play this in the evening?
Pickpocketer's Paradise.
Yeah. That's a heck of a show they put on with the fountains.
Well, see, for me, I was disappointed, but well, Matt, you live in America. Have you ever been to Vegas and seen the fountains outside of
Bellagio?
The Bellagio? Yeah.
Yeah, I've only ever done like little sort of weekend things to Vegas. I've never spent that much time there, but yeah, I have seen it.
Yeah, the fountains in the Bellagio in Vegas. I seen that before I seen the ones in Barcelona. I was a bit like, because the Bellagio ones are magnificent, and these ones are a bit,
yeah,
compare to that. But I was more worried because everywhere we went, when we were talking to people, like, oh, if you go into the fountains, be very careful. Keep an eye on your purse or your money. I wouldn't have a bag if you're going down. We're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, living in California, I'm kind of embarrassed I didn't know how to pronounce the name because it's Spanish speaking. But yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. But this song in 1987 got to number 8, and it was, well, it's known as Freddie's biggest selling solo, even though it's a duet, so technically not. But it got to number 2 in 1992 off the back of the Barcelona Olympics because the BBC did use it on their intro to the Olympics. The song obviously was written by Freddie Mercury and Mike Moran, who was mistaken for Freddie Mercury here in the video.
All right.
If you see him here, and I did at first think this was Freddie Mercury, but it's Mike Moran who wrote the song. But I've got this bit in because I think it sounds a bit Christmassy. Do you know like the bells there? Do you not think it sounds?
It does.
Like the Christmas mark. Like,
what's he doing with the lightsaber?
Luke, I am your father.
That's the wrong color lightsaber, but yeah, go on.
All right, Star Wars geek.
that was Luke's lightsaber.
All right.
I really like the song actually. Can you think of another Olympic song that has been as big as this?
Chariots of Fire.
I can't think of another Olympic. Oh, Chariots of Fire. Yeah.
For like a huge sporting event, it's like the standout song for me for the Olympics.
I can think of it, but yeah, not the Olympics.
Yeah,
the only one what really stands out like this is Nessun Dorma in Italia 90.
Yeah. I really liked it. I think I get what you mean, Matt, by like it's a nod twist for the beginning of the thing. But I think it really set the scene for the whole album. Like it's got a bit of everything going on. Like it's bellowing out. It's not particularly like sort of familiar for the rest of it, like the other songs around it. But at the same time, I mean, you wouldn't put it down as like a typically kind of 80s song or anything like that. It's completely different. And I think this whole album is slightly different to what's gone before on the Now album. So it kind of set the scene in that way.
Yeah, I guess, do you know why? I'm going to be showing off again here, but okay. So, Hits album 7. So this was the rival, right, to Now. This came out around the same time. I don't know, like November 87, something like that. And the first 2 tracks on this, you've got Bee Gees' You Win Again and Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. And that You Win Again had just been a huge #1 hit. Never Gonna Give You Up was the biggest #1 of the year. And I don't know, I just think you compare that with, say, Barcelona and an okay Pet Shop Boys song, and those were the first 2 tracks, and I don't know. I also thought kind of interesting comparison.
Do you know which one came out first out of those, Matt?
I don't know what it came
I wonder
out.
whether it makes any difference of what the other one. I wonder if, because so far all the Now albums have all been put together in the same kind of format. You've always got the same kind of sounds at different points of the album, and this one just feels a bit different. I wonder whether it was a reaction to anything or.
Yeah, I don't know. They would have come out really close together, probably too close to change anything like that. I would guess it came out around November-ish of 87, but yeah, I don't know the exact dates.
Also, I'm noticing on the chat that people are talking about football. World Cup's different. That's not a sporting event. That is life and culture. It is life and culture. It's not just a sporting event. I was meaning like more Olympics. Of course, there's better football songs out there.
Oh yeah.
I'm not picking Barcelona over any other World Cup anthem. I'm kind of more meant the Olympics though.
But yeah, the music video is it starts off with a load of people coming in with like lighters in the air, micing around with a lightsaber, and then it cuts to Freddie. Oh, it should cut to Freddie and Montserrat, but I have cut that out, unfortunately.
Brilliant technical work then.
It cuts to them in front of some ruins, but you don't really need. I think the voices do the video for them. You don't really need anything else, just because they're so powerful. Freddie Mercury's voice is unbelievable, really.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a monkeys if there wasn't a video for it. Like I just like the song. So just to keep my mum happy, can I just point out to people that this one really should be their best favourite song on this album? Okay, that's and now I can't get wrong off my mum. I've said it. There we go.
So next up, we get the Pet Shop Boys, Rent. I don't remember this song.
Oh, really?
I don't seem to remember. No, I don't. It's not one of the Pet Shop Boys songs that really stands out for me.
Yeah, it's not one of their better songs, but I think it's decent.
Yeah. It seems like quite a good song, but like Blissful just said, it's quite chilled out. It's not as. It's quite a slower song compared to like what was the one we looked at the other week? Like West End Girls and all the other. They seem a bit more upbeat. Yes, this seems a bit more mellow, I think.
Yeah.
Pet Shop Boys are a weird one for me. Like sometimes I like them, and sometimes I don't, and sometimes I don't like a song, and then I hear it a month later and I do like it. They're weird. Like I'd never pick them out as one of like my favorite bands from the era, and yet sometimes you like the songs. It's weird.
Yeah. It got to number 8 in the UK, but number 1 in Poland. There you go. But I don't think it charted in the US. I don't think I've got a listing down for that.
In Poland. It's probably to do with their financial climate. There was a lot of problems with rent, and they were doing like protests and stuff.
Oh, maybe, yes.
That was a lie, Neil. That's
Well, Stu, I'm just trying to be nice and polite.
I don't know if you're Googling there, but...
The lyrics are actually about a kept woman, which Neil Tennant imagined is a politician's wife or girlfriend, like in a Manhattan apartment. But people used to think it was about a rent boy. There you go. That's it. That's the thing. Oh, ladies joined us. Just a quick hello. If you could do the Birdie song, and so there you go, Lainey. I'll even put my clipboard down for you.
That's because she can't hear anything, isn't it?
Yeah. Could you not, Lainey? Could you not put the subtitles along the bottom of the screen? So someone type that in the chat for us. I don't know if it'll understand me
I'm
language.
watching your actions back now because, like I say, I've got this on my laptop and you're about 10 seconds delayed. I'm watching it back and it looked like you were making the pizza. Weird stuff. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of this song. And I had it on earlier on because I was having a quick listen through, and Jenny, my partner, was lying there. She was listening to it, and eventually I skipped to the next track, and she went, "Oh, I was waiting for it to get to the chorus," and I was like, "It's been on for 2 minutes," and I think that says all you need to know about that song is that it doesn't seem to get going.
Yeah.
To be honest, Nick, who's probably the biggest Pet Shop Boys fan on here, hasn't commented, so I think we've offended him. But we do have our first look-alike of tonight's live stream, and it is not Neil Tennant. What's his name? Chris Lowe, the other guy, Neil Tennant. Anybody know his look-alikes?
What? You could give some kind of clue.
Well, there's 2 of them. One's Irish and one's English.
Is it from the picture that's up on the screen?
Yeah. The picture on the screen is an absolute double.
Right, which one is he?
He's the one who's not Neil Tennant. The one on
One at the front.
The one at the front, yeah.
Okay. No, that doesn't help at all. I haven't got a clue.
Matt, any idea? Come on, side chat. You should know this lookalike.
Or young. I don't know. Maybe a little bit.
Not Paul. I can see where you're coming from. It's close, but you're not right. That isn't the person, by the way. That's just.
You say it's not Roy Walker.
It's not Roy Walker. Right? No, it's not Roy Walker.
I've got no idea. Who is it?
You've got no idea. Has anyone in the chat got any idea then?
No, because it's so tenuous. No one would know.
It's not tenuous. One is very famous. He's been on like primetime telly. He's had a music hit.
Well, give another clue.
He's been in soaps. He's performed on stage.
Alfie Moon. Not Alfie Moon. What's his name? Does he play Alfie
Shane
Moon?
Ritchie, you are right.
Yes.
Shane Ritchie looks like one. Now, the other one, the
He doesn't
other
look
lookalike,
like
not Louis Walsh, Sharon. He doesn't look like Louis Walsh.
I purely only got it from your clues, not from how he looks.
Do you not think he looks like Shane Ritchie?
Yeah.
He does. Or a yummy Tommy Teenan.
What?
I don't even know. Yeah, sure.
Tommy Teenan's an Irish comedian. He plays the dad in Derry Girls. I think he actually writes Derry Girls.
Okay. Probably doesn't here. I don't know.
Yeah, he does, Nick. He looks like both of them. Ah, see who? Yeah, Tommy Teenan. He does a really long. He's a very good comedian. Go back and watch. Especially his Hungus Malungus Pungus thing.
What are you talking about, you maniac?
Right, now on to the music video. There's two intercutting storylines. One with Chris Lowe arriving at a train station. I think it's King's Cross. The link in the video below, if you've watched that, it's actually done in reverse. I think it must be to get over copyright issues or something, because I couldn't seem to find the proper video. 2 seconds. I just need to turn on the charger. It's done in reverse. So it starts off with Chris Lowe arriving at a train station, and then it cuts.
Wait, the real one does, or the fake one?
No, the fake one's all backwards. So the end of the video sees Chris Lowe walking. Obviously, he'll not be arriving at a train; he'll be walking away like that,
walking backwards into a train.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it cuts. So all of Chris Lowe's is like in black and white. Then it cuts to Margie Clark here. It's not meant to be. No, it's not meant to be in reverse. Right, Alex, they did look alike them. You do need to wear your glasses, I think. Yes,
they didn't, Alex. There's nothing wrong with your eyesight. Right, anyway, so what's going on with the video?
So the video, what you have Chris Lowe arriving at a train station, then it cuts to that all the Chris Lowe stuff's in black and white, Margie Clark stuff's in colour. So she's plays like a girlfriend of a rich person who's actually played by this guy here, he's the 7th Marquess or Marquis of Bath, a Marquis of Bath. Actually, he looks a bit like Bill Bellamy or a troll.
Right.
Same difference. And he's having a dinner party. Then she storms out because he's not paying any attention, gets into a car, chauffeur driven by Neil Tennant, who then takes him to the train station, and then she gets off with Chris Lowe. There you go. That's basically the music clip.
Neil, go back to the butler. Like the last scene where they were pouring the stuff.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. The butler, a little bit like a kind of slightly overweight Michael Barrymore.
No, he doesn't look. He looks like Hitchcock.
He does a bit, actually, yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock. Damn it, there's two bloody lookalikes who probably look like people who I didn't recognise. But yeah, but every time I've said it before, every time I see Margie Clark, I always think about with the lead singer from Flying Pickets. There must have been a TV show together, or a few TV, because every time one of them appears, I always see the other one in like me mind's eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyone else? No, just me.
No, it looks a bit like you.
I'm distracted by the font.
He is council estate funds, yeah.
Budget funds.
Dave Repairs just Pat Butcher ? It could be a young Pat Butcher, especially with them earrings.
Yeah.
Hiya, Stu. Stu's just come in. So welcome along. And next up, we are moving away from the Pet Shop Boys onto the Communards. Never Can Say Goodbye.
Oh, what a song.
A bit of a cracker, this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is contention for song of this live stream. It's up there. For me personally, it isn't, because I actually prefer... I thought it was the original, but it isn't the original.
No.
Because the original was by Jackson 5.
Yeah. I really like this one. Like when I heard it, when it came on the thing, I was like, oh, this has got to be up there for like best track. But then there's others that I prefer further on. But this was the first one that made me go, oh, this. Well, actually, I liked Barcelona, and then we get to this track. It's like the third one. I was like, oh, this is a strong album already. Do you know what I mean? It's a good sign. It's a good sign of what's coming.
Oh, definitely, because you've got. Well, actually, I'll ask your views, Matt.
On this, I think it's probably the Communards' best song, even better than "Don't Leave Me This Way." I guess they did like a good cover song, didn't they? But yeah, I don't think they ever really got any better than this. And what did he get to, like number 4 or something like that?
Yeah, number 4 in the UK.
Pretty big hit. I remember it being on the radio. Like, in fact, a lot of these songs. You remember the Great Storm, October '87? Remember that? A lot of these songs I remember being on the radio like that evening beforehand and stuff. I think this was one of them. But
yeah, it's a funny old album, this one, because it seems to reach backwards a bit in time, and it seems to go all of a sudden shunt us forward from what the other Now albums have been. Like, do you know what I mean? Like some of the songs that are coming up, I thought were actually '90s songs, like early '90s songs. And I was really surprised they were on here. And then some of the songs seem to be taking their influence from like the '70s. It's a funny album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say the video for this seems more modern than '87 as well. When you see I don't know, it just seems a lot more modern. I don't know if it was because it's a slightly different video, but we'll see some clips. I've got some interesting clips from there actually. Like I say, I prefer the Gloria Gaynor one. I still like this song, but I prefer the Gloria Gaynor, which I thought was the original, but wasn't. Jackson 5 was the original in '71, but it was a totally different version. It was more slower. Yeah. Gloria Gaynor then released like a disco version, but the Jacksons got the number 2 in the US and only 33 in the UK. Gloria Gaynor was released in '74, which was more upbeat. It got a number 2 in the UK, but only number 9 in the States. But then, obviously, this one come out and got number 4.
Mm-hmm. A good answer from the Communards after last week's disaster from them.
Oh, yeah, last week was terrible. But yeah, this song's been covered by many more times. I thought I had a list of the people who covered it, but I don't think
but you don't. When did this album come out? This album's at the end of the year, is it?
November '87.
So November. So yeah, you're right, Matt. Just after the big storm, wasn't it? Wasn't that Michael Fish one where he said nothing's going to happen, just a bit of wind?
Yeah. That's right.
Do you know what happened in that storm, right? Because like I'm quite famous, especially in my house, for being able to sleep through absolutely anything. And during that storm, we lived in some flats, right? And we were on the second to top floor of the flats. The chimney got blown in during the hurricane, came through the roof of the thing and collapsed the whole roof, like made a hole about sort of like 50 foot across type of thing in the roof. Came on the flat above us, caved in their ceiling, and landed on the ceiling above my room, well, where me and my brother were. And the first thing I noticed was when we were being carried out with the fireman. Slept through the whole thing.
Stu, we used to have a game anytime we used to sleep at your house after being on club. Can you not remember Stu Jenga? Where it used to be like he used to be asleep and he used to have to pile stuff on him whilst he was asleep.
I can sleep anytime, any place, anywhere.
Eventually, he used to get loads of stuff, and if he moved and it fell off, you were out. So he used to play Stu Jenga. Great game for all the family. Play it with your drunk grand.
Literally, my kid's still playing now.
But yeah, the music video was basically them performing the song at a nightclub. But I just wonder if they tried to, because obviously Saturday night and what's the other one, the Macarena. I wonder if these tried to start off like a dance craze, because when you watch them here, they seem all in sync, with doing sort of.
That's not starting off the craze. Did we do that in the 70s?
Yeah, but look, no, but it's like all in sync. Like, there's quite a lot of that bit.
I think it's just an 80s thing. I don't know.
And he does like a chicken thing. There you go, Laney. And then the accountant comes in and starts joining.
Does he get booed off? No,
I don't know. But
nobody likes an accountant.
But Reverend Cole, that's Reverend Richard Coles, you know, Stu. Yeah, he is so unintentionally funny. He's proper Partridge-esque, and he's his best bits from this video.
It really is like the bit where Partridge got the cones on.
Yeah.
I never realised that.
He should have done more dancing. Well,
he looks young. He looks like he's about 15.
Yeah. Wait, have you seen him lately? Then, have you seen him recently? Do you get BBC America?
Oh, we do. No, I haven't seen him lately.
Because he's actually a reverend now, and he's on like telly, and I think he presents a program on BBC 4. But yeah, a lot of people love Reverend Richard.
I follow him on Twitter, and he's always doing like funny stuff on there, but it's never funny.
Should just tell him to do his dancing.
Yeah, that would be much funnier.
So if I want to catch
I'll have to clip this and put it in the short, and then you can send it to him. Sorry, Matt?
Oh, Sunday morning's the best time to catch him, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. And then we get on to another track, which I used to love at the time. But when I've listened back to it, it feels a bit outdated for me.
Yeah, it is, but it's a classic. Come on.
Yeah, it's a massive classic. It was like a trailblazer for acid house music at the time.
Yeah. It doesn't transfer well to like a compilation CD, does it? But like, if you were in a nightclub, it would be awesome.
See, I don't know. I don't think it hasn't aged well for me. Blissful, it's the best track on disc 1 for him. So
part of the problem now is that the whole story with the rights, they were sued. They were sued by Stock Aitken Waterman for using some of the samples, like the opening from Roadblock. And I guess that had two results. One was the fact that they had to take those samples out. So if you listen to this song on a lot of later compilations, it's completely different. They stripped out a whole. Yeah, some of the better samples are gone, and also that kind of started the whole negative and anti-Stock Aitken Waterman sentiment.
It might explain why we have better memories of the song than when you actually listen to it back. Maybe we're all remembering the original versions when it was full and as it should be.
Yeah, well, the Stock Aitken Waterman, during that court case, though, the argument against it was, well, I think Rick Astley, he used a sample of someone else's song, and it was number one at the time when the court case was going on.
Yeah.
But as well, I think it was one of the people involved in the record, or the producer or something of the record, turned around and he used an interview saying that he used the music from Roadblock. And they said if he never said that in the interview, they might not even realise, because it had been like warped a bit, you know what I mean? So they might not even realise that was even in there.
Yeah. I kind of hate it when musicians do that, because there's so many of them are influenced by each other and by like we were talking about before, like the context of other songs around them. That like you kind of cannot help but like. I mean, Chris, are we gonna like call up every 80s song with the same kind of backbeat to it? Like you'd be there all day accusing people, wouldn't you?
I have a couple of examples coming up.
Well, but recreating the same bass line isn't the same thing as blatantly actually copying it and actually playing the exact same clip.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's
I
fair.
mean, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. I think it's a better song for it, but
yeah. But it got to number 1 UK, Canada, Italy, Holland, Zimbabwe, and New Zealand. Number 13 in the United States, which I was quite surprised how high it got over in the States.
the US version is not identical. It's not as good.
All right.
Yeah, it's a different sample. Again, that might have been to do with the licensing. I don't know. But yeah, some of the samples are different. It doesn't have the same feel to it. I mean, the basic track's the same. It's just that some of the samples, they swap them out.
But Mars, like MARRS, were 2 actual groups. It was ARK and Colorbox. And they're coming together to do this on a record label. But they couldn't get on in the studio. So basically, they got sent away. One group recorded their version of what it was going to be like. Another group recorded what their version was going to be like. And then they swapped over versions to add their bits into the other person's version. And obviously then sent it out to the clubs to see which one performed better. Obviously, this one won because this was done by Colorbox mainly. They come up with the initial idea and everything. ARK came up with Annie Tina. And I've never ever heard of that. And when I did listen to it, it's nowhere near as good as this. It's a total different thing, and it's probably, you can see why when you listen to both songs they never got on, because just 2 different types of genre of music, So
they also were obviously big fans of like copying things and stealing ideas. They named themselves after a chocolate bar. I mean, what an absolute rip-off.
That's probably why they put the extra R in.
There's a lot of people in the chat liking this, Neil.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like,
and even if you don't like the song, it is like, it was kind of a trailblazing song, kind of iconic.
Yeah, I really liked it. I was at, I kind of, I seem to have better memories of it than like you said, Neil. Like I listened to it this week and I was like, oh, that can't be it. Like I remember it being so much more. But still, I can imagine this being on in the clubs and bopping away to it. I would have enjoyed this.
But there was, I think I counted something like, there was loads of samples. African Bombarder, James Brown, the Barcays with Your Holy Ghost, James Brown with Superbad, Tom Brown, writing so bad, Trouble Funk, Run DMC. There's 31 samples in total, actually.
We need someone to geek out for us here. What does the AD707 stand for at the bottom?
Is that the record label?
It just be the matrix. Yeah, it might just be like the catalog number or something. Yeah, I don't know.
So many questions with this. Alex is asking, did Mars stand for something like the MARRS?
And I thought it did, but I don't know if it. I don't know. I was wondering if it was like ARK or something, and I was like, I couldn't figure it out. But
music and right robbering shits.
Jack Your Body was last week. It got it got joint best song of the side. But yeah, a couple of these, like we were saying about samples, some of them aren't just a beat. Sometimes it's just a word, like, or 2 words. Like the James Brown is just a "watch me," and then you've got Run DMC, which is the "oh yeah."
That's probably the 2 best bits, right? From each of them.
But that used like every 80s house song for several years.
Yeah. But that "oh yeah" was on every song Stockgate and Waterman seemed to do, because didn't Stockgate and Waterman do "Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny" with Timmy Mallet?
I don't think, and not that I remember.
But right. But whoever done that "Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny" had that "oh yeah" in it, and it did sort of go through like that. I'm positive Jive Bunny had it in it. I think like you're saying, every house song, and I think because house music was becoming popular in like acid house and everything was coming popular, everyone started putting it into their songs.
Yeah.
I was in
the video for this is a bit of a cracker.
I haven't got it. It's quite a lot of montages. It's along the lines of. It's a bit more. It's sort of along the lines of, but not totally strict to the Jive Bunny, like you say, where it's a bit of stock footage, I think, which is put together.
It's like
what did you like about it, Matt?
What's that?
What did you like about the video?
I admittedly I'm doing this from memory, but isn't there a lot of driving? It's like black and white, like an old freeway or something, part of it. And isn't there like a rocket launch or some space thing that happens in it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the video. I can't remember it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I remember from it. I remember liking it.
Yeah, and like the pump up the volume sort of goes through the screen, but it looks like it's on like a
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. For such, I mean, it's a relatively simple song, isn't it? And yet it's generated so much chat by everyone. So it's obviously good.
Yeah, everyone seems to love it. So I was surprised that I didn't think. So we've got a lot of house fans in here. So going from house music to sophisti-pop.
Yeah.
The Labour of Love, Hue and Cry. Now I do quite like this song.
I like it too.
Yeah, but as you've seen from the start of this, I do not know the lyrics. I've never known them. And it wasn't until I looked at this that I found out it was going to withdraw my labour of love. I thought it was hip hop, baby, and I. No, I'm going to withdraw my labour of love. I thought it was hip hop and baby. I don't know what it was. I've sung that for about.
I think as a kid, I remember I didn't know the lyrics either. I used to just kind of hum it and hope for the best.
Yeah. But I think it's the way he sings it as well. He doesn't seem to pronounce his words. He just he's a bit like Vic Reeves, you know.
Yeah.
So do you like this song then, Matt?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the best song on the album, but I think it's good. And definitely sophisticated. Yeah. We got a couple more sophisticated coming up later. Yeah.
Yes, we do. Sharon's in very sophisticated shit, so
you can see that you can see the usual polar opposites with Nick and then Sharon. Nick, I bought this on a 7-inch single. Sharon, very sophisticated shite.
This was on the radio all the time. Summer '87. This is always on the radio.
Yeah. Wait, Nick's saying I never knew what he was on about. So even though Nick bought it, he never knew. What's with the diving into the cream? Well, you say diving into cream. I'll get on to that in a second. It got to number 6 in the UK charts, their best chart position, and it was also used on the soundtrack for GTA Liberty City. Yeah. But Bad Wolf's saying, Susan, she's saying, what's with the diving into the cream? I would just like this. Well, first off, they seem to film it in like a big hall. I don't know what it was. I thought at first it was a swimming pool and there were diving boards at the top there. Obviously not. I think it's just a big hole somewhere. But I would like to talk about the elephant in the room as well. I think it's an elephant. I don't know.
It might be, depending on what the context is.
Yeah, it looks like that scene from is it Bradford?
Don't name a porno, Stu. We don't want to know what you're doing.
Sure this is the right video.
No, what's the it's Sacha Baron Cohen film? Grimsby. Have you seen Grimsby?
I haven't.
You need to see it. He hides out. I think it's inside either a rhino or an elephant, and he's hiding out inside of a plastic one, like a toy. And another one comes along and just shags it, and he gets covered like this. It's quite funny.
But like Sharon, I've got that. They're just going a step up from Duran Duran, shooting a bucket full of Duran Duran. Yeah, they're going. Unless you call it Duran Duran.
Full of Duran.
But yeah, they've got a. But yeah.
Russell Brooks is saying on the chat. Sorry, Russell Brooks is saying "Hue and Cry" from Glasgow is still going strong now. What other songs did they have? don't think I
looking out
recognise
for
Hue and Cry.
Linda.
We had a,
Looking out
yeah,
for
looking
Linda.
for Linda. And they had another one that my favorite is Ordinary Angel, which I think is on now 13, but it didn't even make the top 40, I don't think.
No.
I was going to say I've never heard that. Looking out for Linda, I know of, mainly because I've got a cousin who's called Linda, and around that time, if whoever with me nanas or whatever, people used to sing it to her when she used to. It was one of them songs because it had her name in. People used to sing it when she walked in the room. That's what sticks in my mind about that.
This is another song that was released again later in '93, I think it was.
Yeah, Alex has just said that.
I think they had like a hit album or something out, and they re-released it. And, yeah.
Alex is saying, I saw Hue and Cry live in '93 as my dad's cousin was the drummer's mum. What the hell? Don't remember any of the show, just a couple of girls dancing. Security told them to sit back down. Yeah, you're not allowed to dance to Sophistipop. Sit down, ladies.
But yeah, this video as well, it's quite strange because it reminds me of like a Channel 4 ident. Do you know when it's like making up the Channel 4?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
If you watch this, like this comes in. Oh. Next on Channel 4, Christian Guru Murphy with the news. Isn't it? Well, he's an example of it.
Go at 1:35 after John Lydon leads you astray now on 4. As you'd expect from an X-rated top 10, this programme contains sexual imagery, images that may disturb, and very strong language from the start.
Who will you be watching?
Unfortunately, the next programme isn't coming live on here. I will be banned. Yeah, the Channel 4 logo, it does remind us of that, yeah.
Is that from when you were watching Queer as Folk?
I don't know what it was. That clip is available on my advert. Which
It's the only thing I can think of on Channel 4 that could possibly get banned.
No, I think it was like 100 or 50 rudest moments on telly or something.
Okay.
It's the adverts from the middle of it, which I've...
Did the girl from Big Brother win when she put the wine bottle up her
Kinga.
doodah? Yeah.
I don't know what one, Stu. I don't know what one. The advert thing, though. Susan wants to watch that programme instead of the remaining video. Stu, what are you doing? Stu?
I'm interested in which one won the worst moment on TV.
I don't know, but your microphone's gone really weird.
Oh, what?
Oh, that's better. It was like you were heavy breathing.
I've not moved.
No wonder he has a camera.
But next up, we get to possibly the worst song on the album, Jellybean.
I don't know if it's the worst, but it's down there.
Yeah, it's rubbish.
Yeah. I'd never heard it before. It sounds like the backing track and everything. It sounds a bit like, it reminds us a bit of Sybil, The Love I Lost. Like just the backing track though, but a really like poor. It doesn't have like the powerful vocals like Sybil does with on that. This and I don't know, it just doesn't work. I didn't really like it. I think you are the same though, aren't you? I don't think.
Yeah, no, it's rubbish.
I think it's okay. I don't know. I don't think it's crap, but it's just okay.
It's quite a forgettable song though.
He was pretty big, like for a couple of years, wasn't he? Like doing mixes for, like Madonna and a bunch of big artists and things.
Was he? All right, I didn't know who he was.
I remember seeing different mixes and occasionally his name.
Michelle's just put on. Wasn't Jellybean Benitez Madonna's producer?
Oh well, there you go. That might be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so he must have been the person who Jellybean Benitez.
Just Jellybean. It's just a rubbish name, isn't it? For
It was also Kobe Bryant's dad's nickname, Joe Jellybean Bryant.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's the worst one on here. I think there's one or two that are worse, but it's okay.
Yeah. But basically the music video is, it got number 13 UK charts, 82 US. Most of the video is just Steve Dante singing on the soundstage, and then it seems to focus on these two blondes in the background quite a bit.
And he's a tiny, tiny man. Even his waist is smaller than theirs, and they're supermodels.
He is. He must have a corset or something on there. Either that or he's got big hips.
Yeah.
But yeah, then the video sees it must be Jellybean trying to, I think, sell or trying to get Steve Dante a record deal by shining a projector in her eyes, which I don't know when he plugs it in, shines it in her eyes, and then tries to blind the audience.
Oh.
Don't know what all that's about.
Mind tricks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a confession. I actually have the album that this is on. The album.
You've been keeping that quiet.
But he had a few other hits too, like in the next year or so.
Is the album any good? You've got it, but is it actually good?
I can't remember it, but I know it's got like 4 top 40 songs on it. That's all I remember.
Matt, don't be shy. If you loved it, just say you love it.
I know. It's okay. He had other songs like Just a Mirage and Who Found Who and what's the other one? Jingo, I think.
No.
None of them are like top 10, I don't think, but they were sort of top 20, top 30. Yeah, kind of fairly inoffensive, I guess.
Probably all right as long as you don't watch the videos. Maybe that's the...
Yeah.
But next up, we get the Style Council with another song. And it isn't the Style Council. Oh, hold on. I've taken 2 sheets out. Bear with me 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, what have you done?
Johnny Hates Jazz.
It is Johnny Hates Jazz. And
have you got a lookalike for this one, Neil? I hope you have.
I haven't.
Christopher Eccleston?
Who? Which one?
The one right at the front. It's got like a young Christopher Eccleston.
No.
The lips in the nose and the chin, definitely.
Or a young Gary Barlow, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, young Gary Barlow would have been fat.
Well, maybe, yeah. And he probably would want to be a hero.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to wing this because I've lost my notes.
What do you mean wing this bit? You wing everything.
No, I don't wing. Stu, there's a lot of time and effort goes into this. Have you known?
I didn't like this.
No. I don't mind it.
I'm with Blissful. If I had to pick the worst song for this one, I'd pick this one. I just didn't like it.
See, I don't mind.
Oh, really?
It.
I like this. Really?
It's very again sophisti-pop. But the intro bit here sounds a bit like I'm trying to think back from my notes.
Oh, go on, yeah, put it. Yeah.
Oh, so good. Kavanaugh.
This this is one of the songs that I was talking about, which sounds like it could be a 90s song.
Yeah. I know what you mean there. But it does sound very much like Kavanaugh. I don't know what my next slide is. Sorry, people. Did the dog eat your homework? Unfortunately, no. I had to clean up some cat poo with this. The hook before the chorus sounds like it only takes a minute, girl.
See, 90s. It does sound 90s.
It might be later on. I haven't got that.
Yeah, what you're doing is you're just replaying the intro.
Yeah. But that bit makes it sound like, oh, so good.
Yeah. I wasn't.
Nice riff. See, I do quite like this song, actually. I do like this song.
Yeah. It's probably not the best song. I mean, Shattered Dreams maybe is the best song, but
yes, yeah, that is a good tune. Sharon saying it's so very, very boy band. It is. I can see where the tune is. It did seem to come like Bad Wolf. All she's hearing is to take that song. So yeah, so everyone's thinking that it is just here, a precursor to boy bands. Oh, that voice. Thank you, Sharon. I know you appreciate my lovely singing voice. But let's move along to the Style Council and back to my notes. Oh, yeah, the basically this song was just them on a stage, like on a set dancing and singing. Yeah. Move along, Style Council. With and wait, there's some flies in my soup. I didn't even realise until I was looking up the song. That's what it was. I don't think I've heard this. Well, I don't know if I've heard it or not.
There's some soup in my flies, not flies in my soup.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Must be a lot of flies when it's more flies than soup.
But yeah, yeah, I don't know if I've heard this because it sounds quite a lot like Shout to the Top, apart from Not As Good.
Yeah.
I don't remember it from the time. I just remember being on Mel 10.
Yeah, I don't remember this one at all.
I think it's alright. I don't think it's anywhere near the best though.
Yeah. To be honest, even when I was looking for like research on this, looking on the internet, there's not much about. I was looking on the usual sites where I look.
Pornhub.
But I could apart from Pornhub. But I couldn't find much. All I found, it reached number 20 in the chart, and that's about it. I couldn't find a music video for it. But yeah,
I think it might be a contender for, one of the worst ones on the disc.
Yeah, it's just a bit dull.
Yeah. The only bit I thought it does sound a bit like, there's a part of it sounds like the beginning of Play Your Cards Right. The first bit goes into the second bit, like where it goes.
I'm waiting for the
absolutely seamless.
What'd you say there, Matt?
Where's the Brucey bonus?
But yeah, and now we hit a strip of just absolute 80s classic songs here.
We're just getting Style Cancel. That's a good move.
Yeah, his Style. We've got not much on it.
You literally hit the skip button like after the first chorus there.
Yeah. Well, I thought, and this has been when I first heard, I was like, we've already had this. This is Shout to the Top, and I was like, it isn't. Russell Brooks likes it. Classic Paul Weller. Boring, I'd forgotten already. What I said earlier, I meant to say it's right here for this Style Council track. It's Far Far Cry from their heyday of the Jam. Style Council wanted Nair Pass. I got a Top of the Pops video on. Dave, why are you watching Top of the Pops video? Watch us. Come on.
Laney's come on. Apparently, she's trying to just get this live stream tapped straight into her veins.
Had this album for years and I can't remember this track, so it just says it.
So, even if you own it, you barely remember it.
Yeah, skip.
Yeah, skip. Now we move over to possibly one of the best songs on this album.
Oh yes, it's such a good song.
It's up there. Is like we said with Bon Jovi, it's an 80s classic.
Yeah,
it's amazing. This song. I'm torn between three songs for my favorite song on the disc, and this is one of them.
Yeah,
probably me too.
You didn't really have a look-alike for this, but I pulled back because I thought Carol Decker on this looked like, on the cover here, looked a bit like Isla Fisher. Until I put Isla Fisher next to her, and I was like, no, she doesn't.
Yeah, it looks nothing like her.
Yeah. But this got say number one all over. It was number one UK, Belgium, Iceland, Ireland, Holland, Norway, Switzerland. I don't think it charted in America.
Sorry, Bad Wolves has put on. Oh, here we go. Bonnie Tyler's School of Overdramatic Soft Rock. That's hard.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant song. It is also the 600th number one in the UK.
Oh, that's a good little tidbit.
There you go. Now, can anyone name us the first number one?
For who? For what? Sorry, I wasn't listening to you. What did you say?
The first ever number one.
Yeah.
1952. Can you, Matt?
Nope.
Oh, no.
52.
1952.
Did they have music in 1952?
It was the first number one, yes. It's the first time the charts were produced.
My nephew would be going mad. He does his job is basically he's in a band where they travel around doing like 50s and 60s music.
How much is here in my heart?
Yes, it is.
I looked it up.
All right. Full points to the cheat over. California.
Oh, was that going to be a quick
Um,
question? Sorry.
But yeah, I think it would have been Hot All Night. I don't think anyone knew it. But yeah, a lot of people saying this is contender.
I prefer this to Bonnie Tyler.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it is. It is so much better. But the other day when I put like the short up of the albums, Natasha Natters, I don't think she's in tonight. She commented about the song, saying like how she loved it back in the day, but didn't really understand the lyrics, and like.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until now, until she seen it on there, she went, hey, I'm going to have to go back and listen to it because the lyrics probably mean something. And to be honest, I didn't really. I like China in Your Hat, and I was like, oh, there must be some like other sort of reason behind it. Anyway, it's basically about Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein, because Carol Dicker must have been a massive fan, I think. And be careful what you wish for, your dreams come true, because there's other things that come with that. Because basically, Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein, became semi-famous. I think she lost a lot of friends due to it. And I think she had a breakdown of her marriage, or she had a bad time with her marriage due to the success. So it was basically like that. Like how... But also then she said on, I think it was the one show, Carol Dicker said, she was washing some china and seen a face in it, and she I think she took the cup onto the one show, but I just thought that's a bit far-fetched, Carol. Stick with the Mary Shelley story, will you?
Where does the word, the name T'Pau come from?
Oh, I don't know. Any T'Pau fans in the chat know where
taking their name from a Vulcan elder from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? Has someone put that in the chat?
No, it's on the internet.
All right. Sorry. I thought someone was. I was looking at the chat thinking someone known that, but Stu's just looking online. I think that's everything I've got. Even though it's such a great song, I haven't got a lot about this.
Big number one.
Yeah, it was a massive number one. I think it was one of the biggest number ones of the year, I think. Or biggest selling songs of the year.
4 or 5 weeks, I think. I remember it was number one for a long time.
Yeah.
It's one of those songs that you don't hear it that often, but when you do hear it, you're like, oh yes, that's a good song.
It is like a car, like especially more so I would say females and males, because it is quite hard for a man to sing it. But yeah, the music video is basically just Carol Dicker seeming a bit mopey in sepia. And then and obviously the lovely 1980s backlit perms, which we will see quite a few of in the next couple of
that's very Bonnie Tyler, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Bonnie Tyler with Pat Butcher's earrings.
Yeah.
Too many ones there. Susan, it's a great song. It's a great song. Next up, we have another 80s classic rock. Power ballad extraordinaire, Heart Alone. Fantastic song.
It's weird because, like, our friend James Harvey, he absolutely hated this. Like, I think he's an idiot. This is brilliant.
Yeah. Even though they look like they're called Here, and it's a lun. The way I've got this album cover.
Do you know what's funny? This was Heart's first hit in the UK.
Yeah, and it was often something like the 8th album.
They'd been huge in the US for a decade up to this point.
It's mental that how like a band can be so big one place and not even like registered on the scale anywhere else. But yeah, one thing about this though, I love the song and everything. I love the piano bit at the beginning, but it does remind us a bit of this. Which has got to be one of the best power ballads ever, if not the best, in an advert. I cannot think of a better song. I can remember going to school and people singing that.
And even if it's not, you should probably just agree to keep the peace.
Maybe Hart was singing it.
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe it was one of them tracks what was unreleased. But But yeah, it got the number 1 in the US chart, number 1 in Canada. It only got number 3 in the UK. It was the second best-selling song in 1986, only beaten by "Walk" by "Like an Egyptian," and it is or was, I think it still is, the 254th best-selling song in the United States of all time.
Not bad.
What's 253?
I don't know. Walk like an Egyptian? I don't know.
It's a really good song. For like I thought that they were like kind of more earlier era than this.
Well, it's not in the UK.
Yeah, so like that's weird that they didn't hit the UK much, is it? 'Cause maybe they just weren't ready for them.
They had to. I mean, even like some of the the biggest songs in the UK, like "These Dreams," that was a re-release. That came out in like 85 or 86 in the US. And they re-released it 2-3 years later in the UK.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess
Probably off the back of this, then.
What's that?
Off the back of this.
Yeah, off the back of this, it's been such a big hit that they started releasing some of their back catalog.
Yeah, but I thought this was it isn't an original. The original was originally recorded by 110 in 1983. I think it was just an album track though. Then it was recorded for a TV show called Dreams in 1984, which was a sitcom on CBS in the States. And then Hart recorded it in 1987. But yeah, the music video though, it does have a lot of classic 80s haircuts. It does start off with like a Romeo and Juliet style, with the woman in the front with the curly perm singing, well, playing the piano, and the woman on the balcony with the curly perm singing. A lot of curly perms in this. Some more backlit curly perms. I think these might not just. I don't even think these are figures. I think these are just living curly perms from the 1980s.
Which also said that Hart started in 1967.
What?
Holy balls!
Who knows as long
That
as
is mental. That.
I thought it was like 74 or 75 or something.
1967.
I do not sing like that when I'm on the body form time. Are you sure, Sharon? You might scream like it your husband. I take it. But yeah, it starts off with that. Then you have a piano which explodes due to a key change.
Yeah.
Then you see them in concert,
which is perfect as well.
Yeah. It's no perfect that. See them in concert, and then you have some fantastic perms here. Not just restricted to the ladies as well. Look at this fabulous guy's haircut.
Wow.
Nice.
So yeah, but this was 80s rock, hair rock, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like this. It was a really good song. One that you can definitely listen to over and over. And it's I forget, did somebody say that already? That it's like a proper power ballad. It's one that you would expect to be on a power ballad album.
Oh yeah, I think Nick said it. It's a power ballad, but it's like massively powerful voice as well. And the voice, it's brilliant.
Is that so? Hang on, are they the same like lineup? Because they don't look like they started in 1967.
They could have started in the teenage years, and they could be in the 30s there.
That's fair.
But then again, people in the 1980s, when they're in the 30s, looked about 70.
Yeah.
When you look back at old photos, you go, "What? You were 13 on it? You look about 26." But then we get to another 80s hair rock classic, "Crazy Crazy Nights." I do really like this song. I'm not a massive Kiss fan. Kiss, they probably fall into like the Heart section as well, where they were massive in the States, but not as big over here.
Yeah. Most of their big hits weren't hit in the UK. Like most of their big American hits, they didn't make the top 40.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're definitely more of a kind of a cultural icon in the States than they are over here, aren't they?
Yeah.
even though like people like them and everyone knows them, they're still not like you wouldn't expect to go to like fancy dress parties to see people going as Kiss, and yet in the States you would. It's kind of one of those things that you kind of think that people do.
Well, yeah, it's so much so. I used to think Gene Simmons was the lead singer of Kiss because of the little snippets, because I think he is the more famous person out there. But I think it's more from his personality later on than what it is the music, because of like his long tongue and everything.
Yeah.
But I also know that anyone who used to watch Channel 5 Friday nights, late night in the late 90s would have seen his wife on a lot of television programs, the soft porn actress Sharon Tweed.
Little
fun fact here.
Stu Mandry's great name, by the way. Stu, well done. Stu Mandry's got a fun fact. Says Kiss drummer Eric Carr died on the same day as Freddie Mercury. Nice, I like that. That's the kind of facts we need on this show.
Do you know when I first read that, I was thinking Eric Carr died in a car crash.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
just reading and passing, you know.
You're like the Ron Burgundy of live streams. You just say what's ever in front of you.
Do you ever see Detroit Rock City? The movie?
Detroit Rock City, the film?
Yeah, the film,
yeah.
I think I have seen it, yeah.
No, hang on. If it's got more than 5.5 on IMDb, Neil hasn't seen it.
Well, I don't know.
Think I
have. Close to think with that one, but it does have the music in it. It's got a lot of the 70s Kiss songs in it.
Yeah, because it's what's that one about Detroit? No, Detroit. No, what's?
Well, the name of the movie is a Kiss song, Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, and then there's. I'm trying to think. What's the other? All I can think of is Crazy Nights, but it. I can't think of which one it was.
It's in the film.
Never mind, it's gone. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like their big hits, which possibly never made over here, but they are quite famous because a lot of these do appear in movies. Because I'm positive Crazy Nights appears in some movies, apart from just the Detroit Rock City one. But I kind of think off the top of my head, gone blank. Long day. Anyone played Kiss Pinball Machine? I've seen one, but haven't actually played. They're supposed to be very popular though, like Kiss merchandise stuff. They've got they've got a massive cult following, haven't they?
Yeah. They're I think they're still pretty popular here. You know, they're still.
Gene Simmons had his reality show, didn't he? Not that long
he
ago.
did. I was going to say he had that. I don't think it's on anymore, but he did have that at one time.
Was there? Did Ricky Gervais do a documentary of him as well, like where he went and met Gene Simmons, or am I? I'm sure somebody's done a documentary where they went to meet him and he was batshit crazy.
Was it not Louis Theroux? It sounds like someone like
maybe
Louis Theroux would do.
Anyway.
Yeah, I've heard that, Alex, where he had that bit underneath his tongue snip so he could stick it out more. Horses and courses and all that. But yeah, this got to number 4 in the UK, but only got 65 in the United States. And it was the best chart position for Kiss in the UK.
It only got to what? 65?
65 in the US.
That's mad.
Yeah, that's kind of after Kiss's heyday, though, right? I'm not too surprised.
Yeah.
Still, you'd think they'd have enough fans to make that, people go out and buy it when it comes out. Plus, it's an instant great, isn't it? It's a good song.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then we move on to someone who I didn't even realize was British until I think was the Wedding Singer. I always thought this guy was American. Billy Idol and Mony.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the song?
It's all right.
That says it all, Matt. I didn't like it at all.
I think there's definitely a few worse songs on this side, but it's got to be near the bottom. It's just okay.
Yeah, for me, the memories I've got of this is when you were kids, and someone went off in the huff or they were being like, you would go, Mony, Mony, Mony. And that's the only memory of bullying other kids. Yeah. So
I think this is the start of his. He had like a mini comeback, right? Because he had this, and then he had
White Wedding.
No,
White
that was
Wedding,
before. He had the one about the city one or whatever it was. I should know this is on Now 11. I can't remember. Hot in the City. Hot in the City. Yeah, that one next.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a comeback there. I guess this is kind of the start of it, but yeah, it's pretty forgettable.
I don't actually mind the song. It's him that I get like bored with.
Yeah, but the bit of this song, do you know, dun 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 dun, reminds me of Wig Wam Bam.
Yeah,
I played it and I was like, it just sounds like Wig Wam Bam. So, but I thought this was an original song by him. I didn't realize again this was another cover. There is quite a few covers. The original cover was done in 1968 by Tommy James and the Shondells. And it got to number 1 in the UK and number 3 in the US. This got to number 1 in the US and Canada, but it only got to number 7 in the UK. But when it got to number 1 in the States, it knocked another Tony James song off number 1.
Yeah.
So he must have... Yeah, I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany. So around that time, Tony James must have just been like rolling around in money. He's making off royalties then. Because 2 massive songs.
Yeah, he's irritating bugger he is.
But it has been covered a number of other times by other bands, including Beach Boys, Status Quo, and Amazulu. But yeah, the music video is basically just Billy Idol playing a concert.
It doesn't seem to be much. I think Billy Idol kind of more. He seems kind of typical of like when MTV were pushing like British artists and trying to make it edgy. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were looking for something a bit new. That's what kind of makes me think of Billy Idol. I think that's why I find him irritating.
Yeah, he wasn't that new by '87. That was the problem, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, Blissful says it sounds a bit like Do Wah Diddy as well. Yeah, I can see that as well.
Well, he is kind of old school rock, though, isn't he? Like his stuff, you know. He obviously takes his influence from a lot of those songs.
Yeah,
he was on an advert over here a few years ago, and you wouldn't have known that he'd aged like 30 or 40 years since his heyday.
Really?
He looked like he'd aged like 5 years.
Yeah. But even back here in 1987, when he's done this video, he does look like he's got a rubber face. So even if he got surgery, that's possibly why you can't tell the difference, you know? So,
they just folded it up.
Yeah. Heated it up and then molded it back into place. And can I just say, Stu, you and Susan's agreed on something. Irritating bugger, that sums up Billy Idol. I don't think he's very light in the chat, so let's move along to possibly, I think, is...
Hello!
Yes.
Surely the one everyone's been waiting for.
I love this track.
Yeah.
Matt?
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
That's the understatement.
Classic, it's kind of one of those classic driving songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it a proper car singing ballad. I just love this song. This for me is another 80s, like, up there.
Interestingly, though, I don't like the US single remix as much.
Oh, right.
What's the difference? I know that one version's got that little intro.
Yeah, the US one is the more, I think it starts off rock, and then, but the other one is more the a cappella bit.
Yeah, you get that little piano.
Yeah, I like that because it kind of like it's perfect the way it starts off. It's a brilliant song.
Well, the other version would have been the original, which was released in 1982, I think.
Was it?
Okay.
But the one where it starts off without the rocky bit at the start, I think that's 1982's version, which only got to 34 in the charts. This one got to number 1 in Canada and the US again, and number 9 in the UK.
It's weird. I wonder why they did start off. Maybe it didn't, like we were saying before, like things are driven a bit by music videos and MTV. Maybe it didn't transfer well in that way.
Yeah, people switching off after they listen to a minute of
Yeah,
the keyboard. They just wanted to get things moving.
It's friggin' brilliant though. This is my favorite song on the album, hands down.
Yeah, I would say that I love this. Susan just made a good point. Whitesnake seem to have been the same headless as Carol Decker and the Heart Ladies. I would say so as well. Especially Rob Brydon in the middle there with his dark perm.
It really is, yeah.
Who's the bloke?
Another one I've missed.
The bloke on the left is definitely rocking the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stu seen these in 1990 and they played this version, not the original.
Nice. No, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
Nice that you saw them, but disappointing to see this.
And then Russell just said, saw Whitesnake on tour with Def Leppard a few years ago. Great gig.
Now that would be an awesome gig.
Yeah.
Pour some sugar on me. I do like a bit of Def Leppard.
Stu, you'll get diabetes. Stop it. But also, this appears in a film called Man Up from 2015. And do you know what? I've seen it.
Is that because it got like a 2-star rating or something, or what?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Blissful's pointed out that they also changed Like a Hobo, Born to Walk Alone, to Like a Drifter, was Born to Walk Alone.
Yeah.
They've even changed it. I thought that. It was odd when I was singing it during the week. It sounded odd when it came out as Hobo.
I think they changed it because they were worried people might misunderstand it.
Wait a minute, that's my dog's going mental. Oi! Shut up. Then they were just upset by anyone having a go at this song.
All right.
They've been listening to it on the way to dog walks all week.
The Rob Brydon lookalike, Stu thinks is Vivian Campbell, and he's now in Def Leppard. So there you go.
Oh, nice.
So,
do you reckon they went to the concert together? He just got really drunk and walked out with the wrong band.
Got on the wrong bus.
Yeah, got on the wrong bus and is now just part of Def Leppard. No one's had the heart to tell him.
So the music video for this starts off with David Coverdale's wife at the time, Tawny Kitten, and she does a walkover on a Jag, and she appears quite a bit in the video to give it a bit of sex appeal. So I just thought I would just show you, just so you understood what a walkover is. But yeah, it is quite a nice artwork. Apart from, I think she probably didn't that bonnet.
Probably. You say they're Jags? They look like old Jags, don't they?
Yeah, 2 Jags. Yeah.
Back when Jags looked like Jags.
You think those bonnets would be too hot, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe
that's why she was trying to walk in a hand. She's trying to spread the heat. You know, like when you get something hot out the toaster and you throw it hand to hand. That's what she's doing there.
But yeah, supposedly David Coverdale wanted her in the video to give it a bit more sex appeal, and then he invited Paula Abdul to come and like choreograph some things. But Paula Abdul says, "I cannot teach her anything. She's got all the moves." Nice. All right, David, stop talking up your wife. Dave Repairs thinks it was John Prescott there with his 2 Jacks. But yeah, the music video is them, and then they're playing at the concerts like every other 80s band, and they have lovely backlit perms as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
nice.
So, but now we go into a band who have even better haircuts. Pity the song is terrible. Oh no, I don't like this song. Sorry.
I think it's right. I think it's okay.
Just give us your opinion. It's your opinion. You might like stuff.
We got a worse one coming up next. I think this one's all right.
Well, I'll say I prefer the other one.
I like the artwork for the cover.
It seems quite ahead of the time, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right though. Shit song.
Yeah, I don't like the song. I think the song, it sounds very U2-ish. Or yeah, Susan just said he's trying to be like Bono in the way he sings. I thought, not personally my cup of tea.
Yeah, skip.
But it reached number 8 in the UK charts. The song deals with internal struggles. As someone wrote, rain in the summertime can provide a welcome relief for blistering sun.
I've got a lookalike as well, Neil.
And as well, whoever wrote that, I can tell you now, they're not from the northeast of England.
Got Neil, bottom left. Chris Waddle.
Bottom left.
Bottom left.
But yeah. I think it's more the haircut. Yeah, but I can see apparently Chris Waddle, yes.
And the slightly chubby cheeks.
Isn't that around about the time he and Glenn Hoddle had that song, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Diamond Nights, yes.
Maybe kind of slipped into the alarm for a quick photo session.
Yeah.
Russell's just said the alarm singer is now the lead singer of Big Country Stew.
Shut the back door. Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Can I just shock you? I quite like Alarm, despite what I said earlier.
Well, the music video just sees the lead singer in his merry band of mullets singing in the outback because these are some fantastic hairdos.
Oh, yeah.
He's quite Rod Stewart, actually, the lead singer with his hairdo.
At this point, do you make a music video to show off your hair, or does the hair make the music video?
I don't know, but it is very hair heavy this episode.
Yeah.
I've just noticed.
It's yeah. The song wasn't amazing.
No. And there's a lot of people saying, let's just skip this one. Then people
And
go,
Blissful,
no.
yes. Blissful, yes, we would take Marillion over this.
Right.
Oh,
I'm just going to say nothing and just let Stu, Marillion's biggest fan, talk about his favourite song. Because I think everyone else hates it.
Alex pointed out Kim Wilde was in the top left of that by way of the album cover. You could do a lookalike for all of them.
I'm going to have to get a website just for now lookalikes.
It's a bit Salvador Dali, the album cover for the Marillion one. That's why
it is by a famous artist, I think, but I haven't wrote his name down. By this point, Stu was a bit.
How? You knew you were going. Weirdly, we were just talking about sugar mice. Like, as people who know, I'm a school teacher. We had in the class, the kids had never heard of sugar mice before.
Can you still get
in
them?
Scotland?
Yeah.
Cool.
I must admit, I don't think I've seen them for a fair while, but like to not have heard of them before.
To be honest, because of sugar tax now, a sugar mice is probably £1 each.
Yeah. Mind, they were always a bit more expensive than your standard sweet. I mean, they would step up, weren't they? Sugar mice. That got you.
See, I've never been a fan. I tell you where you can get them
sugar
from.
mice got you high for a day.
Are you sure it was sugar, Stu?
Yeah.
So come on then, Stu, give us your interpretation of this song.
I mean, well, it's not the strongest song for Marillion, but it's certainly not the worst on the album.
Yeah,
I can think of at least 3 more songs that are worse than this.
I think it's up there with the. I think this is worse than the Alarm.
Oh, see, I think this is going to get the worst song, but personally, I don't actually think it's that bad. I think it's okay to myself. But a lot of people, Stu, do you know how they were getting lots of love for Pump Up the Volume in the chat, and everyone was like, "You love this, love this, love this." Yeah, it's like the polar opposite now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm willing to realise that not everyone has such a sophisticated taste of music, but you know.
Well, I think Alex agrees with you. Have you seen his comment?
What?
Not going to be popular, but Sugar Mice is best song on Now 10.
Oh,
Alex, we need to have a beer sometime.
I mean, I like a couple of Marillion songs, but yeah, it's just pretty bland.
It's actually supposed to be a bit of a protest song about the devastating effect of unemployment and how it affects relationships. And it's sang as a Brit working in America. So it's singing to you if you in America as a Brit in the state. It should be your anthem.
I know. I love it now. It's my favorite on the whole album, I think.
It reached number 22 in the UK chart. The music video, basically, you have a depressed fish. Fish, by the way, is Marillion. It's not like a goldfish. Depressed fish Then some old blokes singing in a bar. Fish flirting. His wife looking very pissed off. And I wouldn't really like to fight that.
Kurt Russell, by the way. Go back a side. When he's looking at the computer. So. Like Kurt
looking
Russell.
at the
Was he looking at the computer? No. Yeah, no. Back one.
The old man?
Before the old man. That one. Kurt Russell.
Yeah, a bit of Kurt Russell.
It does look a bit like Kurt Russell. I don't think Kurt Russell would thank you for that, but it does look a bit like Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell with an alcohol problem.
Yeah. So his wifey wouldn't like to fight. Then he has hallucinations about a band on the bar. Then you get Scottish fish. And then you finish off with the worst mullet. It's been a heavy hair stream today, but we've saved the worst mullet for our final slide.
You say worse?
Oh, boy.
I'm starting up like, hang on, we've got a little fan club going on for Marillion in here. Blissful likes Marillion as well. Got Marillion, Alex, myself, we've got our own 3-man fan club here. Blissful's asking what I think of their song, Assassin, from 1984. It's batshit crazy. It's very dark, but I do like it. I'm well into Marillion, honestly.
Yeah, you. That's the thing. What's come out of these live streams? Stu has a love for Marillion now.
Yeah,
but I think it's. I think even though it's one of the worst songs on the album, it is better than a lot of the worst songs on some of the other albums that we cover.
Yeah,
I will say that.
How? Right, yeah. They're good. Yeah, it's not anywhere near the best Marillion, but it's they're decent. They're pretty they're good. If you like them, they're good.
Yeah, he should. I think when you get to that point, Michelle, shave it. You know what I mean? I've noticed. I'm starting to
lose it on top.
Yeah, it's starting to escape from the sea. So, but that is it for the first 2 sides of the Now 10 album. So now is the time.
The first 2 sides?
Yeah, side A and side B of disc 1. So the first disc, basically. Because we're on LPs, Stu.
I forgot about that. Did you mention this at the beginning?
No.
Oh, see, I forgot about that. Wouldn't that have been an interesting fact, Neil, to throw in here somewhere?
What's that?
Wasn't it the first time that they did this?
What?
Changed the format that they put the disc on.
Yeah, it did. Now 10 was the first one that had a full CD release. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, so great research there, Neil. Well done.
I got there in the end before the stream finished, so there. All right. So there is 17 of people in the chat and 3 of us here, so we should have 20 votes. So pick your best chat, say best, and then the song, and then worst, and then your song.
And try and narrow it down to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to pick one, Dave. Yes, Susan. Keep them in check. So
I'm gonna have to have a
Matt,
quick look at them again to see which one. There's only one for me, Whitesnake, Here I Go Again, as number 1. Oh, but Tapao. I don't know, actually. No, I'm going to go for Whitesnake. It's probably cooler than Tapao.
I think I got to give Mars as the best song. Pump Up the Volume.
Oh, that's 2 for Pump Up the Volume. What did you say, Stu?
Right, I'm going... I actually I think I like Tapao a little bit more, but you can't sing along to it as well as you can sing along to Whitesnake, so I'm going for Whitesnake.
Style Council gets... You go on Whitesnake. Style Council gets 1. Snake gets 1. I'm going to agree with you, Stu. I do think Whitesnake is the best song for me. It is. But it is across... Again, this is, again, across the board. There's no 2 songs which are standing out at the moment.
Right, I'm not putting... Right, everyone can stop with the Marillion being the worst one. I'm not allowing... On a live, as a regular contributor to this live stream, I'm not allowing Marillion to go into the banishment. It's not happening.
I'll put the Style Council as the worst one because that was dumb.
Thank you, Matt. Well rescued.
Style. Stu. I think I'm just going to have to end it now, just to save the embarrassment. We don't need any more. Marillion gets a point for best song as well.
Oh, Freddie.
So there you go. Change my mind, really. What did Nick put for best to Pow? I think I've already got him.
Wait,
so,
if Marillion gets best for one vote, it cannot be voted as worst by anyone else.
No. The rules, Stu.
Man, how air.
To Pow has 2. So I think. Oh no, I was going to say I think it's a draw, but it isn't. If that is everyone, best song is Pump Up the Volume, which I am really surprised that I didn't think Pump Up the Volume until everyone started like praising it to high heaven when they were on the chat and everything. I didn't think that would get anywhere near the best song.
Yeah, I think we have like a particular sound in our audience, don't we?
yeah. I think we've got a lot of dance music people. Yes, I like dance music.
I quite like it, but can I qualify with everyone? Do you like this version that's on this thing or the original?
Well, this is the original on the new album.
Yeah, this has all of the sounds in it.
Yeah, it was later on. It was later on that they took them out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just upset about Marillion.
Did you voted for Whitesnake, didn't you, Stu? And then did I vote? Because I'm thinking I don't know if I put my vote down.
Yeah. I think Pump Up the Volume's got it though, actually.
Yeah, Pump Up the Volume, definitely. Pump Up the Volume wins.
And Jellybean worst for me.
Oh, yeah, but I would possibly. I think the second last song, Alarm's worst for me. So yeah.
Oh, no, go for Jellybean and then oh no, Marillion.
Stu, Marillion's like on 6. There's no way. we can't heavily weight it in our favour. It is going on there as the worst song. So unfortunately, Marillion's the worst. Pump Up the Volume is the best. And if you have liked this live stream
on this album,
never mind. Give us one of these. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thanks very much. Once again, like I say every week, Stu, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
He's going off to sulk now. And thanks very much once again for joining us. It's been a pleasure, Matt. Thank you. We will hopefully have you on again in the future.
Yeah, thanks, Matt.
All right, thank you.
And thank you once again, everyone in the chat. If you do like it, give us a thumbs up. There's 20 people in the chat and only 13 likes, so 70 views. Give us these. If you aren't subscribed, click the subscribe button. Do this every Monday. And if you would like to take part, you can get in touch via the socials, which are in the link in the description below: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you can get in touch by channel name at outlook.com. But thanks once again.
And bollocks to the rest of you.
And on that bombshell, we are going before Stu throws a proper tantrum. So thanks very much, everyone in the chat. Have a good evening, and we'll see you next week.
This is UB40 coming back to bite me on the arse, isn't it?